All right, we are live. Here we go. Our first ever Power Dome Thunder quote. Power Dome Thunder quote? Maybe that's what we'll start calling it instead of Power Quote Thunderdome. All right, gentlemen, start us off. What do you argue is the power quote?
I have the email that he sent out. If you're smart, creative, interpretive, I don't know how to pronounce that word, minded, this is a fantastic opportunity. I thought that that was a very simple way of putting what they needed to be able to do what they had to do.
What page is that on?
70.
Page 70. If you are smart, creative, and entrepreneurial-minded, this is a fantastic opportunity.
I did page number 76. I did many of the greatest companies in the world were started out of a metaphorical garage. I think this kind of represents the chapter really well because it was stating that all of the biggest companies came out of garages because they keep on saying and stressing that if you have lower resources, you want it more.
I have page 77. A lack of resources is no reason to avoid starting a company. And I really like this quote because it means no matter what, even if you're just out of a garage or don't have a lot of resources, if you're broke or don't have a lot of money, then you can still start a company if you have the dream and the determination.
Are we arguing or are we yes-anding?
You're not yes-anding this one.
Okay.
You're arguing. So now you got to argue which of these three needs. Which of these three remains?
Or no resources, and you can start wherever you want. But if you don't have people willing to use what they have to make things better, you will never get anything more.
Like,
Yeah, but if you start out with all of the stuff, then you're going to be comfortable with it. And if you're comfortable, then okay. But he's starting with nothing.
yeah, but
He's starting with
this guy's
Yeah.
these guys are not.
It's just the chapter is trying to make a point that it helps to start with nothing. I disagree. I think that no matter where you come from, if you don't have the people and the drive and the creativity and the mindset to be able to do things, you're never going to progress.
Started off as just one guy.
Well, then he's starting off as one guy and asking for help. He's willing to hire people to make himself and others go further in life and with the business and in every other aspect of what they're doing.
Other people can get up here and get their opinions in here. Which of these three? We got to figure out which of these three is going to remain.
Wait, do I get to sit and these guys don't?
Yeah, you get to sit and those guys
I
don't.
just want to say it's about working with the limited resources that you have and not having all of that. Like, you don't just have all that on hand, so.
So which quote should get eliminated?
Oh.
I think we should vote this one.
Because it's
The lack of resources.
The lack of resources. Does that one need to be eliminated?
I think Tyler does.
No, get in here.
Is it because it's blue?
No, I think this one should. This one should stay, and these two should go.
Why should these? We can only eliminate one.
Wait, we're supposed to eliminate one.
One.
That one.
This one.
I don't think you should eliminate the lack of resources one because that's what this whole chapter is about.
Yeah.
Is because like the lack of resources is how he started his foundation. Like he didn't have that many resources. He didn't have that many people either. Like he had 3 interns that he hired in May, but that was the only. And then like the way he was talking about it when they had someone call and complain, like they wanted shoes, but then they had to keep passing around and around. That showed how much people he had working for him and how much lack of resources he did have.
So Sierra, which quote you think needs to stay? Of these three, which one needs to stay?
This one.
That one needs to stay.
Yeah.
That one needs to stay.
That one needs to stay.
I think everyone's focusing too much.
I think we should keep the lack of resources one because a lot of companies started from out of vans and back of cars, and they made themselves way bigger than they are when they started.
What's your quote?
Lack of resources.
Is it the same quote?
Yeah.
It's the same quote. Bam!
Yeah, throw yours down. Throw it down.
All right, so Zach remains.
Zach's
Tyler,
staying.
Tyler, I think you've been eliminated. You've been eliminated.
Deuces.
Can I make a point?
Deuces, get out of here.
Even though plenty of
Tyler, send somebody into battle to try to drop that quote.
I want to argue.
Go for it. Argue it. Tyler, send somebody in. What? Yeah. Bring your quote. Bring your quote, Mo.
So even though that a lot of companies, or a lot of really big companies, have started from the back of vans and garages and stuff, even more have failed due to lack of the opportunities of, lack of, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but
Resources.
people, no, not resources.
It didn't fail because of
It's
that.
because of the people that make it happen. And if you don't have the people, then you don't have the business. The employees are what run a business, and if you don't have the employer and the employees looking for a common goal, then you don't have what you're trying to accomplish.
But the chapter really focused on not that the people, not that they didn't have people, but that if you had too much resources when you started, that it wasn't going to work out.
Maybe not, but maybe the people are a resource that he's lacking.
But that's not what the chapter
Mo, what quote did you bring to the table that you think refutes hunters and will push hunters away?
Well, it was on the first page, and it was,
Page 69?
yeah. And it said,
When? Starts with when Tom started.
when Tom started, we had what could only be called very limited resources. Actually, it might be more accurate to say we just had about none.
So the very first, the opening page.
Yeah.
Why is that the most central and important part of this entire chapter? More so even than what's on the table right now.
Because they really focused on the lack of how much somebody had when they started.
Okay, so Zach, you gotta defend your title as
coming in to
anybody.
defend
Oh,
Zach.
Come in.
Oh.
Here comes Kyle.
Question, Hunter.
Okay.
Can you read this right here?
Yes,
Read that. Read that.
I've been in school for a while. Right there.
What's
Right.
it say?
Start
What's
right
it say?
there.
Being comfortable can hurt your creativity, your creative entrepreneurial spirit.
Entrepreneurial spirit.
Entrepreneurial spirit. Okay.
And clearly, an unearned sense of security can be the worst thing to happen to a business. If you have little money and have a bootstrap to improvise to pull things together, that becomes embedded in your company's DNA forever. So
I
as you
fail
scale
to
up-
understand what this has to do with my quote.
I'm certain.
I'm helping his quote. Little money helps you out.
Little money does help.
Little resources.
So Kyle, help explain why that makes this
Okay.
quote not.
If you have a lot of money and you start your business out, that means that you're gonna be really.
All right, our first experiment. Keep your power quotes. Keep your power quotes. Keep your power quotes.